Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Liam Rose. I'm an author, mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, musician, and activist. In this podcast and audio, we're going to be sharing a message for spiritually helping other people. I've been sharing spiritually helping other people podcasts to inspire humanity, to help other people, give back, make a difference and a contribution. I've also been sharing the Spiritually Helping Other People podcast to inspire humanity to learn about Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha. And I've also been sharing the Spiritually Helping Other People podcast to help humanity to go through a process of spiritual change, spiritual awakening, spiritual transformation, and spiritual enlightenment. Now, within this podcast and audio, we're going to share a very specific message called 20 ways of how to overcome homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversities. And normally there's 20 ways of how we can do this, and I'm going to go through the whole 20 ways of how we can overcome homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversities. So this podcast is for anyone that's experienced homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity, and wants to find a way to find spiritual freedom, spiritual liberation, and spiritual enlightenment from the suffering, pain, and adversity and homelessness. So let's begin. Number one, acknowledging the situation and circumstances. Homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. Understanding your situation and circumstances. Now, when we're going through homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity, normally we're at rock bottom and going through a very serious life problem and life challenge, right? So it's so important that we acknowledge our situation and circumstances. We need to acknowledge that we are homeless, we are going through suffering, we are going through pain, and we are going through adversity. Now, acknowledging your situation and circumstances can bring acceptance to the situation and circumstances. Once you find acceptance from where you are at the moment within your life and what you've been through, then you can start working towards changing it and rebuilding your life from homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. So it's so important that we acknowledge the situation and circumstances we're in. And remember, you're the person that's responsible for overcoming the suffering, pain, and adversity you experience of homelessness. Okay, number two, searching and finding the meaning and value in homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. Self-awareness of the situation and circumstances. So in life, everything has meaning and value if we pay attention and find what's important within our lives. It's very important when you're going through homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity to find the meaning and value from it. What is this experience trying to teach you? What are the spiritual life lessons you can learn from it? How can you use this to motivate you to move forward into the future and become who you want to be? How can you use this experience to help other people give back and make a difference? So it's so important to search and find for the meaning and value in the homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. There's always reasons why Jehovah, Jesus Christ, and Buddha puts us through situations in life. It's meant to help us, teach us, and show us who we truly are as a human being. But make sure you search and you find for the meaning and value within the homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. And then you can start to rebuild your life and change your life. Number three, spiritually changing your mindset. Think of a new perspective and find solutions to the problems of homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. Now, when you change your mindset, so think more positively, have a growth mindset and change your perspective, that helps you to think of solutions to the ongoing problems you're facing, especially when you're facing homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. So it's so important to change your mindset. Think of things differently. Think of how can I get myself out of the situation? What do I need to do? How can I better my situation? How can I help my mental health and my feelings and emotions and my well-being? How can I improve the situation? What can I do to get the help and support I need? So the spiritual change of your mindset, it's going to change your perspective of the situation. And sometimes when you're going through homelessness, just changing your perspective changes everything. It makes you see life in a different way, and it makes you see that your homelessness is only going to promote you to move forward and motivate you to keep going. And it's just there to teach you certain lessons in life. Number 4, so searching and finding faith, spirituality, and religion through homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. Because you're already in the rock bottom place within your life of suffering, pain, adversity, and homelessness, it's so important to search and find faith, spirituality, and religion. This is why I said, like, you have to find the meaning and value from the homelessness, the suffering, pain, and adversity you've been through. If you find faith and spirituality and religion, then this can start to transform your life in every single way. Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha puts us through situations in life to help us find faith, spirituality, and religion and find it within ourselves, right? So faith, spirituality, and religion is something you find within yourself if you just pay attention to your life experiences of what you've been through. So if you're going through homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity, find faith, spirituality, and religion and connect to Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha. So number 5, seek professional help and support. A professional to support you on your life journey. So as you're going through homelessness and going through the journey of overcoming homelessness, it's very important you find help and support from a professional to help you. This could be a psychologist, this could be an employment specialist, this could be a counsellor, this could be a support worker, a peer support worker, a recovery worker, a nurse, a doctor, a consultant, a psychiatrist, a therapist, anyone that can help you in the situation you're in. It could be a housing officer, or just someone that you trust and want to work with. Now, seeking professional help and support is very, very important. Everyone needs help and support sometimes within their lives when they're going through suffering, pain, adversity, and homelessness. So finding the right support and help can actually transform your life from homelessness into becoming who you want to be and living your dreams and desires. So make sure you seek the right help and support and find the right professionals to support you in your life journey. So number 6, finding and searching for employment, jobs and careers. Now when you're homeless, you need to find employment, jobs and careers to do, because you need to earn a living from the work that you do. So if you want to come out of homelessness and overcome homelessness, suffering, pain and adversity, you need to find employment, jobs and careers that you can do to better your life and better your situation. The good thing about employment, jobs and careers is that it gives you an identity and a purpose to really transform your life and better your life. Also with employment, jobs and careers, you're able to live the life that you want to live and financially support yourself. If you're thinking about renting a home or paying a mortgage for a home, you'll need a job, employment, careers to help you to fund that. Especially when you're going through homelessness, this becomes one of the most important parts of being homeless. You need to find employment, jobs and careers that can help you to financially support yourself and sustain you and keep you independent and keep you living. Very, very important. Number 7, find a way to earn a living, something you need to support yourself and make a living. So it's very important to find a way to make a living. So it goes back to number 6. So if you find employment, jobs and careers, it's very important to find a way to earn a living. Now, earning a living should be something you're passionate about. It should be something you really want to do. At the beginning of our jobs, careers and employment, we may do jobs that we dislike or we don't want to do. But finding a way to earn a living and something you want to do is very important. So it's very, very important you search, you find a way to earn a living, and that should be something that you're passionate about. It should be something that you want to do, something that links to your morals, values and beliefs, and something that can help you to overcome homelessness and suffering, pain and adversity. Now, I recommend you do something within your life that contributes, helps other people, gives back and make a difference. Do something that is helping other people, helping humanity, helping the animals, helping the universe. This will make you earn a living and you'll be very passionate about it, motivated towards it and driven to do it. So it's very, very important to find a way to earn a living. Very, very important. You can only come out of homelessness when you find a way to earn a living. So it's very, very important. Number 8. Housing and shelter. Finding and searching for housing and shelter. So once you've got the employment, jobs and careers and found a way to earn a living, the next step is looking for housing and shelter. Normally with housing and shelter, you can find housing associations, councils, organisations, charities that support in housing and shelter. So this will be important for you to look for and find, right? So search for somewhere where you can rent. You can either rent a room, rent a flat, rent an apartment, rent a house, rent a B&B, rent a hostel, but find somewhere where you can actually rent and have somewhere to live, which is very important. This is the way you come out of homelessness and overcome homelessness and suffer pain and adversity. Housing and shelter is important for all human beings in every parts of life. So make sure you have enough money to pay for a mortgage or a rent of a house, a flat or apartment or accommodation. And then as you're working in your employment, jobs and careers, you're still earning a living and you can fund it and maintain your independence and your living. So it's very, very important. So number 9, find a way to build a business, career, vocation, occupation you are passionate about. Do something meaningful for yourself and your family. So like I've said, once you've found employment, jobs and careers, found a way to earn a living, you've actually now got housing and shelter for yourself. Now it's time to build your business, build your career, your vocation, your occupation, and do something you're passionate about. Now, doing something you're passionate about should be in line with helping other people, giving back, and making a difference. It should be contributing, helping other people, and should be helping you to live your purpose and your meaning, right? So find something that suits you, find something that's very important to you, and spend your life working towards it. If it's a career, build your career from the ground up. If it's a business, work on the business and make it successful. If it's a vocation, focus on the learning and studying the vocation. If it's an occupation, learn more about it and move forward within it. It's very important, and this is very important to find meaning and value, purpose and structure within your life. So this will help you to help your family and also help yourself as well. So number 10, develop 5 spiritual practices. So prayer, meditation, mindfulness, walking, journaling. So it's so important once we're coming out of homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity to develop the 5 spiritual practices: prayer, meditation, mindfulness, walking, journaling. Now with the 5 spiritual practices, this can be done every day. It can be done when you have free time. It can be done when you have the opportunity to do it. But make this into a daily habit. Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha want you to connect with them, right? So focus on the prayer, the meditation, the mindfulness, the walking and journaling, and start doing it daily to better your situation and your circumstances. Once you go through the 5 spiritual practices, you will learn more about yourself and develop the know self, selflessness and know thyself. Number 11, spend time with family, friends, loved ones, spouse, partner, children, and build a social network. Now, it's so important because you're going on a journey of overcoming homelessness to have family, friends, loved ones, spouse, partner, children, and build a social network that can help you throughout your journey. Everybody needs people to talk to. Everybody needs someone to encourage them and motivate them. So, building that family, friends, loved ones, spouse, partner, children, and social network, and spending time with your loved ones and your family and your friends and your spouse and your partner and children will help you to feel more content, give you a sense of connection, a sense of belonging, and it's very important to find healing and love through the people that care about you the most. So, number 12, spend time in nature and silence. In stillness and silence there is spiritual answers. So as you're going through homelessness, going on the journey of overcoming homelessness and suffering, pain and adversity, it's very important to spend time in nature and silence. So make this into a daily habit. Spend at least 10 to 15 minutes in silence and nature, right? Connect with the universe, connect to the world, connect to just the essence of life itself, right? And this will help you to find appreciation, gratitude, love and kindness for all human beings, for all living beings, and for yourself also. This will help you to find self-compassion, love towards yourself, and help you to connect with Jesus Christ, Jehovah and Buddha. So it's very important. So number 13, learn from your homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversities. Learning and understanding homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversities. Reflections. Now, once you've come out of homelessness and you've now got somewhere to live, you have worked on the 5 spiritual practices, you've worked on your business, career, vocation, occupation, and now you're slowly building your life back from homelessness into who you want to be. It's very important to learn from the homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversities. What did it teach you? What did you learn from going through that experience? How can you use the life lessons and the things that you've learned on your journey to help other people and what they're going through? What has it taught you? What has it shown you? How has it improved your life in some way? These are the things that take reflection and learning and understanding. So it's very, very important. It's very important to reflect on the journey you've been on, because many people are in the situation you've been through but haven't got out of it. So just to reflect, look back on what you could have done differently, look back on what worked, what was successful, what was failures, and learning from the whole experience is very important. Number 14. Develop spiritual meaning, spiritual value, spiritual life purpose, spiritual life mission, spiritual vision. When you're going through homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity, this is the time for spiritual growth. So this is the time where you've come out of the journey of homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity, and now you're rebuilding your life in every single way. So by developing spiritual meaning and spiritual value, a spiritual life purpose, a spiritual life mission, a spiritual vision, you're helping yourself to really find who you truly are as a human being. Now, by doing the 5 spiritual practices, prayer, meditation, mindfulness, walking, journaling, understanding your life experiences from homelessness to suffering, pain, and adversity, you can now create who you want to be in the world. What do you want to live for? What do you want your spiritual life legacy to be? Who do you want to become? What do you want to do in the world? How do you want to live within life? And this becomes so important in life to find. And take your time to find your spiritual meaning, spiritual value, spiritual life purpose, spiritual life mission, spiritual vision. The vision should be something that's moving you into the future. Where are you trying to get to? What is your life destination? Who do you want to be? How do you want to live? How do you want to, live your life? So this is very, very important. 15. 5 levels of helping other people who have been through homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversities. Now, once you've gone on the journey of finding who you really are as a human being, understanding your life experiences from homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity, now it's time to pay it forward. So we do the 5 levels of helping other people. Level 1, volunteering, the good level in helping other people. Level 2, jobs, careers, and employment, the great level in helping other people. Level 3, business and entrepreneurship, the highest level in helping other people. Level 4, faith and spiritual, the spiritual levels in helping other people. Level 5, spiritually helping other people, who helping other people, the teaching levels in helping other people. Now, this is when your life has the meaning and value and the spiritual essence to it. You use your life experiences that you've learnt on your journey from homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity to help those people who are still in suffering, pain, and adversity. So you're making a difference and you're helping other people. Some people may have mental health difficulties. Some people may have learning disabilities. Some people may have homeless and physical disabilities, but you're using all of your life experiences to help other people give back and make a difference. Now, this becomes the most important thing in life to do, right? It's so important to pay it forward, helping other people, giving back and making a difference. Use your pain, your suffering adversities and your life challenges and life problems you've been through to help other people give back and make a difference, and use this to motivate your life and to inspire millions, hundreds, thousands and billions of people. And this will give you the spiritual legacy now and help you learn about the know self, selflessness and know thyself. Very, very important. Number 16, journaling. Process your day through daily journaling. So once you've done the 5 levels of helping other people and you continue to do it, you need to process your learning and process your thoughts and your thinking. So this is why journaling becomes very important. Journaling is like a diary, it's like a book of all your life lessons, of all your learning, of who you've become as a human being, your dreams, your desires, your aspirations, your goals, your achievements, your accomplishments, your motivations, what inspires you, what motivates you, and all of your life experiences. And also when you're having difficult days and challenging days, use a journal as a guide to move you forward through life. And by journaling every single day, I would recommend you journal for 15 minutes to 30 minutes every single day. Build a habit of writing your thoughts and your feelings down. And normally what happens is that all your dreams and desires come true through your journal writing. So journaling is a very important thing. Like anyone that's gone through homelessness, suffering, pain and adversity needs to do journaling. Very important. Number 17, practice self-care, self-compassion, look after yourself. Now, as you're helping other people, giving back and making a difference, as you're overcoming the homelessness, the suffering, pain and adversity, it's very important to have self-care and self-compassion. Look after yourself, take care of yourself, go to the gym, meditate, pray, read, study, learn, grow, understand life, meet other people, socialize, learn all the essence of life and what's important for you, and look after yourself and give yourself self-compassion and self-forgiveness. Very important. Number 18, spiritual change, the psyche and the psychological mind, know self, selflessness, know thyself. So now that you're on the journey and you've overcome homelessness, you're working, you're helping other people, you're doing the 5 spiritual practices, you're doing the 5 levels of helping other people, you're journaling, you're practicing self-care and compassion. Now it's important to understand the spiritual change of the psyche and the psychological mind. Know self, selflessness and know thyself. So by doing all the things that we've just listed in this audio and podcast today, then we go through a process of spiritual change of the psyche and the psychological mind. What is the process of the psyche and psychological mind? It changes your thinking, your thoughts, behavior, characteristics, qualities, and mentality. So it's so important that we go through this journey and go through a spiritual change. Once the psyche and the psychological mind changes, then you'll discover the know self, selflessness and know thyself, which is the most important thing in life to discover. It's so, so important. And make sure you learn from your homelessness, learn from your suffering, learn from your pain and learn from your adversity. Very important. And then you'll find spiritual change. So we're nearly finished now. Number 19, Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha. Develop a spiritual relationship with Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha. Faith, spirituality and religion. Now it's so important when you're going through homelessness that you develop a spiritual faith, spirituality and religion. This can become the most important thing in life because we need that higher power to help us through anything we're going through. And as we're doing the 5 levels of helping other people and the 5 spiritual practices, we need to make sure we have that connection with Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha. So focus on building that, look after yourself, take care of yourself. Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha would want you to basically build a relationship with them in a spiritual and faithful way. So learn to pray, learn to meditate, do mindfulness, do walking, do journaling, connect with nature, read the Bible, read spiritual books, read scriptures, go to events, go to conferences, go to sermons, go to classes, learn more about faith, spirituality and religion. Go to a church, go to a center, go to a temple, go to a mosque, go to a synagogue, go to somewhere that's spiritual and sacred, and learn more about Jehovah, Jesus Christ and Buddha and develop that spiritual relationship with them. And then number 20, which is the final step of the whole journey of overcoming homelessness, suffering, pain and adversity, is spiritual enlightenment, the ending of homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversities, heaven and nirvana, spiritual change, no self, selflessness, and know thyself. Now that you've been on the journey of overcoming the homelessness, the suffering, pain, and adversity, you now find spiritual enlightenment. So you become awakened, spiritually enlightened, spiritually free, spiritually liberated. This basically means the ending of homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. Then you find within your psyche and your psychological mind heaven and nirvana, spiritual change, no self, selflessness, and know thyself. So this is a real life spiritual transformation, spiritual life journey, and spiritual awakening, right? Once you become spiritually enlightened, then you become a spiritual teacher, then you become a spiritual philosopher, then you become a spiritual evangelist, a spiritual activist, and do the work of ministry, faith, and spirituality and religion. Now, it's so important when you become spiritually enlightened and spiritually awakened that you help other people give back and make a difference. Your life experiences that you've been through within your life are all part of your experiences, right? So these are the spiritual teachings you can share to others. So we normally call this the spiritual life purpose, spiritual calling, and spiritual divine assignment. Now, Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha wants us to get to the point of the ending of homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversities, heaven and nirvana, spiritual change, no self, selflessness, and know thyself. So remember, the spiritual enlightenment, you're going to be living your spiritual dharma, right, and teaching to other people and helping other people in faith, spirituality, and religion, and teaching all the lessons, all the learning, all the understanding that you've learned from homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. And this is the way you live your spiritual legacy now and discover the truth of life, of spiritual truth. So I hope this has helped. So we've just gone through the 20 ways of how to overcome homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversities. This is very important for any homeless person who has been homeless or has gone through suffering, that has gone through pain and adversities. As a homeless person, you can overcome it. You can get through any difficulties you face, and Jesus Christ, Jehovah, and Buddha wants to be there for you and help you on the journey. So I hope this has helped. Please share this to as many people as you can, especially homeless people, people that are currently living on the streets, either in London or the UK or around the world. Share this inspiration with others, inspire people with it, and use this to motivate you as a spiritual guide to get out of homelessness and to overcome homelessness, suffering, pain, and adversity. Okay, thank you for listening. This is a long podcast because there was 20 ways of how to do it. So I hope you find your spiritual enlightenment, your spiritual change, spiritual freedom, spiritual liberation. Okay, thank you now. Have a good day now. Take care now. Bye now. Thanks. Bye.